future of the Delaney womb at risk. In other words, a potential stud might see me unadorned and be thrown off his desire to breed me on the spot. "They run out of soap and hot water in the non-corporeal realm?" I asked, striving for a lighter note. "I remember when the Confederate soldiers came through here, marching toward home after the war. Starving, wounded, carried on by desperation. Same thing happened after the flood of 1927. Poor folks barely hanging on. Then again during the Great Depression, hardship and hard times. Hell, if I'd been depressed earlier, Jitty now had me 2 steps away from finding a cotton rope in the tack room." "Stop it." I put my hands on my hips. "This isn't doing either of us any good. We're both worried about Oscar, Regina, and Luann. I'm terrified that if Oscar dies, Tinkie will give up too. I can't have you out here looking like a ragamuffin from a Dickens novel, spouting doom and gloom." Tears blurred my vision, which only made me angry. "Stop it, damn it!" When I blinked away the tears, Jitty was staring at me. Though she was still dirty and wearing rags, her face was rounder. The corners of her full mouth slowly tilted upward. "You know, for 1 second, you looked exactly like your great-great-granny. You got Alice's fighting spirit. I knew it was under all that moping and self-pity. I just had to find the right button to push to rouse it up." I had been played. On the heels of my righteous anger, though, was relief. Jitty may have used foul means, but she'd managed to rattle me out of my maudlin mood. I was fighting mad, and that's exactly what she meant to accomplish. Oscar is going to be fine. Everyone is going to be fine. I swept my arm out to include the entire county. Anything else is unacceptable. "May I make a suggestion?" Whenever Jitty asked permission to do anything, it always meant trouble. "No." She grinned. "You know no don't mean no when you say it like that." I leveled my gaze into hers. "If you say one word about my empty womb—" She waved me to silence. "It's about Tinkie." "Go ahead." "She looks to you, Sarah Booth. You hold strong for her. Through all the hard times you stand steady. Folks got to have that strength when they can't see the next day." Sage advice. The problem is how to go about it when I'm as scared as she is. You might crack open some of those old magazines in the attic. Once upon a time, there was a man with polio who taught a nation how to hold on. Her tone had softened, and I couldn't help but wonder what of her own memories she'd stirred. "I'm not illiterate," I said. "I know about FDR." But my words were lost on a sudden breeze that swept across the newly planted cotton fields, silhouetted black against the fiery gold-peach glory of a dying day. From behind me, the sound of a car approached. Graf. Somehow Graf Milieu, my handsome lover, had managed to escape his Hollywood duties and come to stand with me. But when I turned, it was to see the tan and brown colors of the Sunflower County Sheriff's cruiser pulling up at the steps. In the front seat sat the tall figure of Sheriff Coleman Peters, the man who'd broken my heart and falsely charged me with murder. He got out and slowly came up the steps. In the near darkness, I couldn't see his face, and I was glad he couldn't see mine. In the long and complicated years of our relationship, from high school adversaries to the initial contentiousness of my first PI case, and finally to the blossoming and acknowledgement of unrequited love, we felt a strong and powerful attraction that bound us. Only recently had we accepted that love wasn't enough to overcome the obstacles in our path. Through it all, I had never dreaded seeing Coleman. Now I couldn't breathe, my lungs constricted, because I knew that nothing less than tragic news